Welcome to Brooklyn. Put your lighters up.
Hi, Victor. How are you?
I'm good, Marianne. How are you?
Okay.
How's everything going over there?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any you got any war stories for us?
I can't think of any right now, but if I do, I'll let you know. I'm sure one will come along.
Right. If something comes up, pull my coattail, okay?
I will.
Hey, Curtis Smith, how you doing, buddy?
Victor, what's going on, brother?
Oh man, just trying to make this better than last week.
Hey, brother, I don't know if you can do that, but hey, you go ahead and try. I'm hustling, man. I'm out driving.
Yeah, man. We every week we trying to make it better than the week before, right? As far as oh wait, hold on just 1 second. I got folks waiting. All right. So today what we're going to work on is we're going to do some overcoming objections, some more of that stuff, and maybe do a little bit of role play, hopefully, on some overcoming these objections. What people say pretty much every time you get on with them, they're going to give you the same answer. And then, if time permits, we'll try to um, do some situational role playing, where you're trying to set up a particular type of deal. And so if anybody is working on a particular methodology, if somebody's working right now on doing a lease option, somebody's working on doing a wholesale deal, somebody's working on doing a subject to, we can role play on any one of those scenarios, starting with what it is that you'd be looking for in what would qualify for each one of those offers, because they're obviously different. You're going to have a different motivation. You're going to have a different um, goal by the seller that they are trying to accomplish. And each one of those methods sort of accomplishes something a little bit different for each one of them. And if you don't recognize it, you'll be putting square pegs in round holes, and trying to do that is just going to lead to frustration and you having the belief that you're either not doing something right or
Victor, you're muted.
yeah, great. Thank you guys. For some reason, I don't know, only one half of the screen went out, and I guess I've been driving my computer too hard because this sucker been working like crazy. Maybe time for me to upgrade. All right,
I hope that's in that deal. I hope that's not that deal.
Oh no!
Here he goes again. That's
It is.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that, Victor. Victor, you have a problem. I see.
Yeah, I do. I do, Philip. I have something. I need to solve this problem too, because I'm starting to have glitches.
Victor. I have a Dell too. So yeah.
Oh,
And
see, good. You're suffering with me.
What year is yours
It's-
though?
I think only like 3.5 years old or whatever.
So you
yeah,
mean to tell me?
yeah, mine's
So you
about
mean-
the same.
So you
Mhm.
mean me tell me my phone work better than your computer?
Hey, if we put,
My phone is probably better than my computer.
I'm sorry.
Victor, if we put both of them,
Uh-huh.
sorry, go ahead.
Doug, you said we
I
put
was gonna
both
say,
of
Victor, if we put both of them together, do you think we'll get one really
One
bad
good
one or
computer?
one really
Yeah.
good one?
just start taking the good parts.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
I
all
think
we
that's
gotta do.
part of the deal is I think that's part of the deal because mine's only 2 or 3 years old as well. And I
Uh-huh.
think they source out and you don't know 100% what you're really getting
Uh-huh.
component wise.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you don't know, man. These things, they're
Yeah.
planned obsolescence, right? They
Yeah.
need them to go bad so that you can continue to buy them. So it's only a matter of time, and we all know it.
Yep.
Jerry, you all dressed up, man. You got a date?
I'll be right back.
You're muted. We can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
No, sometimes you just need to change it up, you know?
There you go. Bring a little new look and keep them off balance, right?
All right.
There you go. There you go. Hey, does anybody have anything that happened this week? Anything they want to share in terms of their leads, in terms of their conversations, in terms of their VAs, in terms of offers that you made?
I have a question.
Certainly.
Victor, I'm having a problem. My VAs were loading some properties onto Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
and Facebook blocked them. Okay. So should I contact Facebook on that, I think, or what do you think?
Okay. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I had put in the group that I was released from Facebook prison. Well, I'm back in Facebook prison as well. And I have no idea why. I'm doing everything exactly the way that I have in the past. I haven't had any troubles. My ads look exactly the same. I don't think I'm doing anything illegal. Not too long ago, I believe it was Michael Batista put out a list of terms that he had to switch to in his messaging on Facebook. You might want to check there because I think what I'm going to do once I get back on here, because they say 7 days, who knows what it is. But you know what? Let me see if I can share my screen. I'll see if I can show you how to get to where you need to be at on there. Do you have a link in your message where it says you're not, you have been blocked and I guess it's telling you have 7 days, right? Something like that, that they'll get back to you in 7 days.
Well, actually, my VA sent this message to me just a few minutes ago,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
starting to research it, and then I didn't realize it was 12 o'clock, so I switched off of that to be able to get on the coaching here. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and research it once.
All right.
this
If
is
I
over.
can, if I can see that page, I'll share it with you, and maybe we can figure something out together. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I'm out of jail yet. Hey, if anybody else has been having this problem, please, share with us what you're doing to resolve it. What kind of measures we can take, how we can communicate with Facebook, because it becomes a real issue, and it looks like it's becoming an issue for a lot of people. Let me see. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where I started Marketplace. Let me see if I'm still in there, it's gonna give us a message. There it is. We've reviewed the request to access. We're reviewing your request to access Marketplace and buy and sell groups. You probably got something very similar. Say you'll be notified about our decision via email and support inbox within 7 days. So sometimes if you go to support inbox, you had an issue, my ad was removed. Can you tell me why, please? Was where I sent them a message. This is November 5th. This is the message where they had let me back in. This message here went out November 10th. It is now November 18th, and I haven't got any kind of message or anything. So somewhere today, I got to figure out a way to contact Facebook. If anybody has any insight on how to do this, or what we need to do in order to get ourselves out of this situation, please let me know. Because I keep going back in there every time, and they're not giving me any answers in terms of what's wrong, what I did wrong, what's wrong with my message, nothing like that.
I think maybe we need to talk to Michael Batista. You said, was it Michael Batista from?
Yeah, Michael from Automated REI.
Yeah.
He had put out a list. He had put out a list, and let me see if maybe I can find it.
I thought that list was for Zillow.
Was it for Zillow?
I thought it was for Zillow that he put it out, where you had to change certain keywords.
Oh, was that Zillow? I thought that was Facebook.
Okay. I thought it was. I could be wrong, because I thought it was changing certain keywords when we was doing our SMS campaign. They keep Zillow
yeah.
from.
You know what? You might be right. But I think I'm gonna still take a look at that. It might actually apply to some of this Facebook stuff too. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do with Facebook. They've taken down my last 3 ads, and then 7 days later they put them back up with no changes. Yeah, like I have no idea, and there's no rhyme or reason to why they keep doing it.
Yeah, and I got 2 properties right now, and
Yes, so do I.
I'm a little concerned that I got 2 properties I tried to put up yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, Victor.
Yeah.
Victor, I wonder if it has, I doubt it, but I wonder if it has anything to do with Mark Zuckerberg being under the gun a little bit. Maybe they're tweaking tweaking things or something. Yeah,
There's no
thank
telling.
you. I couldn't think of algorithm.
Yeah, there'd be no. I would consider that a possibility for sure, because
I gotcha. Yeah,
it's all crazy right now. Like I've never experienced this before, as far as that. So let me tell you guys what did happen that turned out to be a positive. I got contacted by this one company called Fizber, Fizber. Fizber, and they're a platform similar to a Zillow, right? So the way it ended up happening is Fizber contacted me because of my ad on Zillow, and they offered me some free stuff and whatever. The free stuff that I ended up receiving was having a agent in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which, if you guys don't know, Baton Rouge, along with a couple of other states on the East Coast, they're what is considered non-disclosure states. So in non-disclosure states, you're going to have a really hard time comping out your properties, because they sell properties and there is no central clearinghouse. There's no central clearinghouse for them to put information in for you to get it, except for the local MLS. So if you don't have somebody in Georgia or have access to MLS, not Georgia, but Louisiana, or someone who has access to the MLS in Louisiana, it's going to be really difficult to comp your properties because they don't have to tell you how much they sold it for. They don't have to tell you square feet. They don't have to tell you number of rooms or number of baths, none of that. None of that information are they required to tell you. So it can get really difficult. But anyway, so FSBR ended up connecting me with a realtor in the area. I ended up bonding with him really good. So he's going out and he's going to give me a real good value estimate on this particular property. And so it actually turned out, and it's all for free. And not only did I get my ad placed for free, they're obviously very aggressive in pushing out ads right now. I got a contact with an agent who I subsequently spoke to and bonded up with, you know, to the point at which now I'm on his list, and he's got some stuff that he's doing over there. And, you know, we had some people in common in California. So, you know, it actually turned out to be quite a cool little deal. So if you guys want to reach out to them, you know, if you have a need or whatever, it's just one more outlet for you to get some free services and get your posting out there. I was saying all that for Jerry, and Jerry looks like he had to go do something. I'm telling him to watch the replay. Jerry, did you hear what I said about FSBR?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. They ended up being quite a good deal for me, man. Free ad that they're pushing out aggressively, and also getting some boots on the ground in Louisiana, where if you're trying to do deals in Louisiana, you have to have some boots on the ground because they don't disclose anything. It's really hard.
So that's FSBR.
FSBR, F as in Frank, I as in Island, Z as in Zebra, E as in Edward, R as in Robert.
Okay.
Yeah. I
And
can put a link or something in the box.
Okay, and you're placing free ads.
Yeah. And there's a couple other free ad aggregators that we have as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, you can still get it out there. It's just not going to be there. Do you have your Zillow listing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, do all the ones you can do. I honestly don't know what's going on with Facebook.
Okay. Now, from this Fizz, are you getting any response?
To be honest with you, I haven't gotten much response on this property at all, period. I know I'm a little bit overpriced on it. I'm gonna lower the price today to see if we can get some more activity on it. The seller he's not really open to try to give us a better price than the one he has. So
okay.
what we did is we did a ratchet down. We started off at a price to see if we got any nibbles whatsoever. That price got 0, so we dropped it 10,000. That price is getting 0, so I'm getting ready to drop it again and see, you know, what kind of activity we get on it. But again, like I said, I had no idea what prices was, so that was my strategy in terms of trying to figure out a way to try to get some activity on this. So,
okay.
You know, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we're gonna ratchet down and see if we can get more. There's a floor, obviously, to how low we can go, and then at that point, if we're not seeing anything, then it's basically over as a deal.
I had a property one time. I put it on FSBR, and I didn't get anything from FSBR. But where I did get mine from were a lot from Craigslist ad, and then Zillow, because some people, you know, get the properties to their email from Zillow, and that's I had a few people from that.
Yeah, I've been all those places too. I don't expect I'll get anything from FSBR either. The advantage that was there was simply getting those boots on the ground that I told you. That was really the advantage for me, was getting those boots on the ground in Louisiana. And now I have a relationship in Louisiana that I can go to every time I deal in that area. So that turned out to be real good. But whether I get anything from the ad, you're right, Mary, I have no idea if it's going to reproduce any result. But at least it's out there, right?
Victor, I'm sorry, I came in a little late towards
Hey,
the.
Sandra,
Hi, how are you? I came
I'm
in,
good.
good. I came in a little bit late towards the tail end of it. You were talking about Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Were you saying that your property that you put on there was taken down, the ad for the property you're trying to sell?
Yes.
Oh, God, okay.
Yeah. It's actually been taken down in succession. You know, they'll say I can't use Facebook ads, and then I'll be out of it, and then the next day I'll go back to go check Facebook, and I'm back in Facebook jail, and you know, like I have no real reason, and they don't communicate with you as to why. Like I have no idea why I was in there the last time. I just
Okay.
wasn't. For, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm back in there again, but I have no communication from Facebook in any form or fashion in regards to, you know, what happened, what's wrong, what I need to do to correct it. You know, so if anybody knows, if anybody has any insight, please let me know.
Wow.
Dang, that sucks. Look, that sucks. They put you in jail and they always convicting you. You ain't had no trial.
You know what I'm saying? No trial, no nothing. I didn't get
Man,
nothing.
nothing.
I'm
It's
just,
straight jail.
yeah, I'm just locked up.
you
Hey, you guys,
damn, you bad monopoly.
let's do some role play. I know you guys got a scenario. All right, so I'll do the scenario.
I do one with you.
There you go.
I do one with you.
Okay, all right. So you want to be the buyer or the seller?
I'll be the buyer. I practice on being the buyer.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. I thought you definitely was gonna be the hard-nosed seller that you always like being.
Yeah, but I gotta be a
Gotta change it up?
smooth buyer.
Yeah.
I gotta be a smooth. Look, I gotta be a smooth seller.
There you go. Okay. All right. So I've owned the property. I'm the seller. I've owned this property for about 10 years or so. It's an income property. It currently has some tenants in there. I'm looking to try to upgrade my investment game. So I'm trying to extract some money from this property that I have. I don't have to do anything right away. I'm kind of flexible, you know, but I'm also open to, you know, some suggestions as to, you know, how I might be able to max this opportunity out. So that's the scene that you calling into.
Okay, so I gotta get that all out of you first, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do.
All right.
I'm giving you some hints right now, and then I want you to kind of, you know, just gut your way into, you know, getting what you need, and then putting together whatever kind of deal you think this is going to benefit the most.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
when you're
Ring,
ready, ring.
Ring.
Hello.
Hello, is this Victor?
This is Victor.
Hey, Victor, how you doing? This is Philip Kyles. How you doing today?
I'm good, Philip Kyles. What can I do for you?
I was calling about a property you might have for sale. I'm not really sure. Can you help me out with that?
What part do you want me to help you out with?
The fact that you interested in selling it?
Yeah, I do have a property for sale.
Okay. Cause I don't know. I got this number from my assistant, so that's why I was asking. I don't know if it's still for sale or not.
Yeah, it's still for sale.
Okay, can you tell me a little something about it?
It's a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath property that I rent out right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I rent it out right now. I put it on the market because I think I want to start doing some different stuff with this money. I think I want to try to. I have a goal of getting to, you know, something like 100 doors in the next couple of years.
Okay.
And in order to do that, I need to, you know, step my game up and start buying more doors at a time. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, why you selling this one if you're trying to get more doors?
Because this is one unit, a lot of management stuff.
You said a lot of management.
Yeah, just managing it and taking care of it and everything. I'm just kind of tired. I want to. It would be a lot easier for me if it was, a 4 unit or an 8 unit or something where, I was getting multiple income streams out of it or something.
Oh,
But it's
so
just a house.
Oh, so you're telling me if you can't really handle this one, so if you don't mind me asking, how can you really manage 4? If you say you can,
Management is not an issue, my friend.
okay,
It's
so
just
you say
it's not that it's a problem. It's just not what I choose to want to do at this stage.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's why you wanted to sell it. So if I can help you sit,
Well, I
if I
want to
can
sell
help,
it because I need that money.
okay, if I can, okay, how much you asking for?
Well, I think it's worth something like like 300,000.
Okay, and how did you come up with that price?
That's actually a discounted price. There's actually
Oh,
similar,
discount. Oh,
yes, there's actually similar properties in the area that are selling for as much as 340. So, I know it needs a little bit of work, so I figured I'll drop a discount on it right off the top.
okay. So
Yeah.
if I can come up with look, if I can come up with the price you asking, are you negotiable with terms, or that will work for you?
Well, I mean, what you thinking?
I was thinking I could put some money down. Look, put some money down.
How much money?
About 3 to 5%. But are you trying to keep the tenants in there, or you want them to move out after you sell the house?
Well, they're tenants. They're not my tenants. So that's going to be, I guess, up to however you decide when you purchase it. If you end up purchasing, you let me know. Just for information's sake, they're on month to month, so they would just need to be notified.
Okay, so that means if I wanted to buy the house at a certain price, to let them know in advance, so I will be buying this property. Am I right?
I'm not sure what you said there, Philip.
I said if I wanted to purchase the property, right?
Yeah.
If I wanted to purchase the property if you negotiate something, I would just have to tell them you got 30 days to move.
Well, yeah, they would have to they'd have to just be informed. Yeah, that they're going to have to be moving. I would like for you to, whoever buys the property to obviously do it in such a way that, they have time and whatnot. They're cool people.
Okay. So
But they know I'm selling.
Okay, so what's the rent in the area? Because I'm not familiar with the rent in the area. This is for an investment property for myself.
Oh, okay. I don't really, I haven't really done a bunch of research on the rent in the area.
So how much rent they paying now?
I have it's funny. I rent some rooms and I do it on a monthly basis. And right now, my total cash flow is about it's about 2,300 a month.
Okay. I mean, why don't you just give it to a realtor? Yeah, I guess it's,
Condition.
okay. You just sell it as is. I mean, you can do that.
I am selling it as is.
Oh. Okay. See. Because I'm thinking, how can I help you with your situation, for a price that works for both of us?
Well, you know the price.
Okay.
That price works for me.
Huh?
I said that price works for me.
Okay, you said 300 and it's worth 340.
Yeah.
If I can give you a cash offer, it's gonna have to be a little bit lower than that. I was saying about
Are you waiting for me to give you a price?
No. You said your price already. So
Okay.
you said
All
300.
right.
So
So do you have an offer for me?
yes, I can probably do around 280.
Okay.
That will not work for you, right?
Um. 280. I'll tell you what, I could meet you halfway. I could do 290. That's the
Okay.
lowest I can go though. Yeah. I'm already
Okay.
that's built in about $50,000 in equity.
All right. So I was offering 280 and you talking about 290. Would you mind if I put a $10,000 promissory note?
I'm not even sure why you would do that. What like $10,000? Where does that go? How does that work? I'm not understanding.
How that work is I can pay you once I resell the house in a couple of years.
For $10,000?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how's the $10,000 work?
How $10,000 work? It's more like I owe you later, like in a couple of years.
You owe me $10,000 in a couple
I
of
will
years?
owe you I will owe you an additional $10,000 within a couple of years. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, my friend. I'm lost right now. I have no idea what you offered me. Okay, so
Yeah.
so off the role play.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an idea where you were trying to take this.
I was trying to give you a cash offer of 280. And
Okay, first of all, okay, so let's start there. Let's kind of dissect that a little bit.
Okay.
280 as a percentage of the three, I'm saying 350, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't verified that information or anything. Normally I guess you would probably be in front of your computer and you would at least do a quick Zillow search, maybe a realtor.com or whatever, by putting in the address, and it'll give you a number of links to kind of give you a sense of what the property value is, right?
Okay.
If you go to Zillow, it'll be right in front, in terms of its estimate. And then you can and then at that point you can have a conversation about, I'm looking on Zillow right now and they're saying this. They'll respond to it. They always do. They'll know that Zillow says that, and they'll tell you why, that's not accurate in their case. Don't worry, they'll tell you it every time. Every time.
Every time?
Yeah, every time. So they will make the adjustment, and then they'll start to justify whatever price point they're trying to operate at, right? So that gives you a little bit more ammo in order to sort this out. So I guess one of the questions that you were going towards is if I could give you, because right now it looks like you're trying to combine two types of deals, right? You're trying to get a price reduction, and at the same time, you're trying to put the payments out all in one fell swoop. And so now you kind of, and me as a seller, I'm kind of confused now because I don't know what exactly you try to do, because that discount is for a cash offer.
Okay, 300.
Otherwise, there's no reason for me to discount it. If I'm going to sell it full retail or whatever is my asking price, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for terms on that. So stay in that conversation, but kind of think about, this is where you have to figure out is how can I help? Like, how can I help? But you can just simply ask them, what can you do to help, rather than figure out in your own mind how they can help, right? How you can help them. You don't have to figure it out. You can just ask them.
Okay. So I know they said you want the $300,000 cash offer. If I wanted to do it into a a payment and with a balloon within a couple years.
Okay, so you would probably, assuming that it's the average person who maybe they, you know, they have one property or whatever, but they're not really real estate professionals or anything like that. That would definitely be a conversation you would literally have to walk them through,
Okay.
right? Like you can't assume that they would know what that would look like. You would have to walk them through that whole scenario.
Okay, and this house don't have no equity in it. Do it.
Huh?
This house don't have equity in it. Do it.
Well, based on the questions you've asked me, you haven't yet determined if I have equity.
Yeah, because I know you say 1.3. It's worth 340.
Because
You asked for 300.
we haven't talked yet about any loans or on any underlying mortgages.
Okay.
Okay, so you know, before you get ready to make an offer, you want to gather a little bit more background information, because you need to know how to structure whatever it is that you're going to introduce.
Okay, so what main questions I should ask first before I get into a conversation? Like fully. Like the main questions I should ask. I don't want to sound confusing to the seller as well, like, as you was confused.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, right now you have a bunch of information in your mind and you're trying to try to put it all sort of out there. So ask the kind of questions that will allow you to organize the thoughts in your mind, to its ultimate end. We were going to, how do you get that price there? Now, if anybody else has any input right here, feel free. And Philip, what we can do is we can reverse the role play if you'd like, and then we can do it that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is this a subject to deal?
I'm sorry.
Hey, Victor.
Hey,
It's
Jimmy.
Jimmy. You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
What's up, Jimmy?
Oh, what's going on, Philip? You could, what you normally add every week is the sheet of, step-by-step procedure on how you can actually, what you say when you speak to a seller. You didn't add it. So now when he's actually speaking to you, look on the sheet, okay, I could say this, I could say that, I could say this.
I understand where you're going with that, Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll put that up there if anybody needs it. But I'm pulling Philip's coat because Philip is not new to the game. So I'm holding him to a little bit higher standard right now. And he's gonna have to figure this one out, because he keeps showing up and he wants to get better and everything. So I wasn't gonna let him cheat on this one. I was gonna just walk through this process.
I got you.
So, yeah. Phillips, is this a subject to?
I'm sorry, Jerry. Go ahead. Repeat the question, please.
Was this a subject to deal that he's looking to do? He's looking for.
I'm assuming that it is, but
yes.
At this point right now, it's kind of convoluted, right? Because okay, so let's say you mentioned Philip, that you nodded yes when he was asking that question. So in your mind, was it a subject to?
Yes.
Okay, so
can I chime in real quick?
Waylon, yes, you can. How you doing, my friend? Jump in here.
All right. So what happened, from my, perspective, what I saw was once Philip acquired all the preliminary information, he was too quick into trying to structure a deal rather than trying to find out, when Victor could have said, when Philip could have asked Victor about, so how soon do you need this money? Or how much do you really need to get involved in the next deal? So then if we actually find out about the time frame and also the amount, then we can structure the deal appropriately, or a little bit better, because at first you don't know whether if it's actually going to fit Victor's time frame, as far as or whether if there is a time frame. That's how we can determine whether if we're actually on the pace for it. That's it.
Okay, Waylon. So, you just decide you're gonna bring the noise today. Okay, okay, all right. I'm with it. Because Waylon's been with us for a while, and he participates, but he hides behind his microphone quite a bit. But obviously, Waylon has been doing his homework, because that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, Philip, if you want to think in terms of building a relationship now, okay, because now you have the preliminary stuff, right? You have, you kind of know, and now you've also gotten a little bit of a sense of my personality, right?
Yeah.
You kind of know that I'm not a hard ass. You kind of know that I'm not really, that I'll answer your questions and stuff. So you kind of already know that, this person at least wants to make a deal. So you're halfway home, right?
Okay.
So now, you just kind of want to, build a relationship, find out, what I'm trying to do, at the next step. What's my next step? Just like Waylon was saying, and he's absolutely right in terms of now, you have to figure out, okay, at the next step, what am I going to do? Or what's this guy going to do? How can I help him do that while helping myself accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish?
Okay.
Okay. So,
So
if you're going in for a subject to deal,
Yeah.
typically the number one rule, you guys, when you're doing a subject to, is there has to often be very, very high motivation or great benefit for them doing the subject to. They don't just occur. There has to be something in there that moves them towards that. Oftentimes it can be
Victor,
just a real extreme motivation. They got a payment coming down the line that they are, getting ready to run head first into, like a pre-foreclosure situation might create. They're behind on some taxes. They're doing something, and a subject to can put some money in there to resolve their issue, and save something for them, typically their credit and things of that nature, and oftentimes save their home so they can stay in it.
Victor,
So a
what's the
lot of
subject
times you
to?
have to have a motivator behind, a subject to,
What
May
is the
I-
subject to?
where the seller carries, the purchase is subject to the existing mortgage.
So you put your name is on, so the investor would have the property would be in their name?
The property would, but not the loan.
Oh, okay, all
Mm.
right.
So
Yeah.
and meaning the homeowner is still liable for the loan
Just
if you
the
don't make
homeowner is still
payments.
liable for the loan.
But why would they give you that if they're still paying for the loan?
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. They have to be motivated. Now, if I came to you and said to you, let's say you were in a pre-foreclosure situation. You
Oh,
were
okay,
a typical pre-foreclosure prospect who waited until the 11th and a half hour before you realized the severity of what the situation that you're in, right?
mm-hmm,
And if you've done pre-foreclosures, you know what that looks like. It happens all the time. Like they hide, and they pop their head out with 15 minutes left.
okay,
Okay, so anyway, so now they're in a situation where they need to save their home probably. They need to pay off all the back arrears in order to save their home, be it taxes, be it mortgage payments, whatever. They're in a situation right now where the next step is it's getting ready to be taken out from under you, and whatever equity you have is getting ready to be gone. Is that something you're comfortable with, Mr. Seller, to lose all your equity like that?
oh, wow, okay, all right.
Well,
I didn't-
I may have a solution for you, and that's the absolute best scenario you can have. But to do a subject to, you typically are going to need to have some working money, or you're going to need to structure the deal in such a way that you can sell the deal easily. Because you can sell a subject to, you can negotiate the subject to, and then you can go sell it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're on a timeline.
The assignment fee is the same thing if you was wholesaling a regular house, right?
Yes, it can be viewed,
Okay.
it's viewed as exactly the same thing, the assignment fee. And then that investor would come in and they would put their money up to cure it. And then to, move forward with whatever, they plan on doing with the property.
Okay. That
Alright.
makes sense.
Yeah, okay, so, anybody have any more questions or anything about that particular role play? Because we're gonna go back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you want to switch roles?
Sure, I can switch roles.
Okay, okay, so
I can-
do you remember the scenario that I gave you? So you have a property,
Yeah.
you want to do some other things. You have a timeline, but it's not pressing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you
Yeah.
have some motivation, but it's not like, super motivated,
Okay.
but you are a business person and you understand structure a little bit. So that's who
Okay.
you are. All right.
So if I want to get a 4-unit, that means I have to get another down payment on another house. So
That's right.
all right.
That's right. You don't have to do it right now, but that's your goal. You're gonna go try to stack some units by buying them, more, 4, 10, 15 at a time, because you have there's a goal that you're trying to accomplish of 100 units within a particular time period for yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Philip, let's see. So you're saying that you can give me 280 as a cash price on the property?
Yes, I can. Yes, 280.
Okay, so let me ask you real quick, Philip. What kind of condition are we talking about on this property?
A little minus, like a little upgrading. That's it. Nothing major. That's a little upgrade because it's livable. Because I do have tenants inside the house.
Okay, all right. Do you happen to have any pictures or anything of the house that I can take a look at?
I mean, it's some on Zillow. You can look at that.
Okay, all right. Let me take a look real quick at the Zillow pics.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like it looks like it could use a little bit of work. That roof looks like it has a patch on it. Is that am I looking at the right picture? Is that a patch? How old is the roof?
The roof is the roof is 10 years old, but it's really no patch because it's been done already. But that's what that
Okay.
picture. Yeah. So you got the
Okay,
idea.
so from the pictures, I can tell it looks like it may be time to do something with that roof. That's what I could tell from that. Seems to be what it looks like from here. So
I mean, you got another 10 years ago.
Huh?
You got another 10 years ago.
Now what now?
You have another 10 years ago because I had the property for 10 years and the house was brand new at the time. So
Okay. But you have a patch on it?
no. That patch been fixed up already.
Okay.
We put a little duct
The-
tape.
the
Don't
pic-
worry
the
about that
picture-
though.
The picture that I'm looking at is not accurate.
It's not accurate, but
Okay,
it
got
give
it.
you an idea of it.
Got it. What kind of work does it need on the inside?
The inside probably upgrade bathroom, something like that, new paint, and a little bit of flooring. But other than that, that's about it.
All right. So let's say that you wanted to bring this property up to 2020 standards. How much money do you think it would take you to do that?
Probably like no more than 20,000. No more than that.
That's if you did it yourself, or do you think that would be the same price if you hired out somebody to get it done for you?
I mean, if you know people that know people, then yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So figure about 20,000. Zillow says that there's some houses on the market that sold for about anywhere from looks like 320 to 335, something like that. Does that sound about right?
In that area, probably right, like 340.
Okay. All right.
I think my house is a little bit bigger than theirs, so that's why I'm a little more.
Okay. So Philip, let me just let you know I'm an investor, similar to you. And it needs to make sense for the both of us in order for me to be able to, structure something if I was to come over there right now with a cache full of cash, you know, a briefcase full of cash, what's the absolute best offer you can give me on this property, man?
About the lowest I can go, about 280, 290.
280, 290. Isn't that kind of what you have it listed for now?
Now I have it listed for 300.
Okay. So you're gonna give me a little lightweight discount?
Yeah, that's a little lightweight. That's a little lightweight.
Yeah, it's a little lightweight. Okay, so let me ask you a little bit about the money. What kind of financing is on the property right now? What does it look like on a monthly basis and on a total?
But the total is because I paid halfway off, you know. Halfway paid off. So I got less than $175,000.
Okay, you got okay. So that's the mortgage. How much is your payments every month?
My what I'm renting for, or how much I'm paying on it?
How much are you paying on it?
I'm paying $1,600.
Okay. Okay.
That's with principal. That's with principal, interest, and insurance.
Taxes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. 1,600. And how much did you say you bringing in right now from the tenant?
23.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you cash flowing on this.
Yeah.
All
But that's
right.
not that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is I'm trying to get $100 by the end of the year. Can you help me? Can you help me out with that?
Philip, that's yeah. You do understand it's November, right, Philip?
Man, and you can win the lottery overnight.
I don't know
So
about. I don't
look,
know.
look,
I don't-
and you
If you
and
get
you can win
$100 by
look,
the end of the year, Philip, that's gonna be
yeah.
the. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna want you. I'm gonna want to hang out with you, bro. That's all I can say.
Hey,
'Cause
you
that's,
can win the lottery overnight, but you know, hey, we all have dreams here.
okay. All right, Philip. I'm with it, man. Okay, so let me see if I can help you do this. By the end of the year, that means that you have a deadline on getting this deal closed.
December
Now
31st.
you said you hadn't listed it. Why haven't you listed it? Why don't you just put it with a realtor? They probably got more buyers that can get it closed.
Actually, it
before the
is
end of the
listed
year.
for sale by owner.
Huh?
It is listed for sale by owner.
Well, when I say listed, I mean put it on the MLS and everything, and have an agreement with a real estate agent. Why?
No,
Why
I
do
don't
you go
want.
that
I don't want to.
direction?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay no commissions.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
So,
trying to get it.
Philip, look, I'm gonna be real honest with you right here. So
Well,
it
I hope
seems
so.
like we got something that's not really, looking to jive in this scenario right now. Okay, because here we are in the middle of November, and I'll be honest with you. Best case scenario, you and I tie this up and figure something out and get it off your plate in the next 10 days. Okay, so now you have a chance. But for me to be able to cut a check and get you out of here in that time, Philip, I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna need a little steeper discount than that, my friend.
Okay, how much you talking about here?
Well, like I said, I'm an investor. This property probably has an ultimate value, let's say of 325, given that that's kind of what we're looking at as far as comparables and stuff. And the most that I can pay, I don't even know. I don't even, you might not even, agree with anything like this, but
What's on your
I
mind?
can pay 227. I can pay you 227 for the property right now.
227. Wait a minute.
Yeah, 227.
Hmm.
Is that something you can talk about, or maybe not?
227 from 290 to 227.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do I have to do if I want full price? If you can give me a down payment of something.
Okay, so the 227 doesn't work for you?
What to no.
Okay, I thought it might not.
That means look.
I thought it
that
might not,
only
but
means,
it's we're both in this like a business. But I do have another proposition for you though.
talk to me.
I'd be willing to give you full price for the property, but here's my concern, that it doesn't match up with your goal right now, man. I can only give you so much money within 45 days, even if we were to work something out. Now, is that still something, we can take a look at, or maybe not?
Sure. What you had in
Okay.
mind?
What I can do is, Philip, is I can give you full price. I can give you the full asking price for the property. I can give you the 280 that you're looking for, right?
Uh-huh.
I can give you the 280. Let's say that, I could give you some money down on the front end, and
Talking about how much? I need a good 20% on my next property. So that's something can you manage?
you know what, Philip? Yeah, that's going to be a little bit much. I don't even know what 20% of your next property is. So, I don't know. If it's a $400,000 property, you're talking $80,000, which, that's probably not going to happen, Philip. So, if that's what you have to accomplish, this conversation is probably over. Is this over?
No. I'm trying to see how can I figure this out, because
All right. Well, let me tell you what I can do, and then you can just say yay or nay, and then we can part as friends. What I'd like to do is, because you do have some equity in here, and there is an opportunity for me to cash flow. What I'd like to do is maybe get a little bit of your help in turning it around, so I can cash you out within the next 6 months. And what I mean by that is, I will give you, say 5,000 right now. You carry back the financing for me on a note. You basically, I will, funnel the payments to you. You continue to make the payments on the mortgage. And it allows me then to take control of the property, set up my financing, and go ahead and start doing the rehab. And as soon as that's done, I'll start cash flowing on the property, and I can cash you out within 12 to 18 months. Is that something we can talk about, or maybe not?
I'm just thinking. Let me think.
What part of that are you not comfortable with?
The fact that, because I need the money to get to another property. That's the issue. That's the issue I'm having, right?
Do you have another property in mind already?
I do. That's the thing, though.
Okay.
I do.
What's the price on that one?
That price is $1 million, because
Okay,
it's
so
75.
okay.
It's 75 units. It's 75 units.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
$1 million right there. So they want 20% down. So
Okay, and you're trying to get a 20% of $1 million.
that's
From this
200,000.
deal here, or
Yeah,
you
that's
have some other money saved up.
Nah, I don't have no other money saved up
Okay,
right
so
now.
how soon are they expecting you to perform on this? Because it doesn't sound like you have. It sounds like you're kind of under the gun for that amount of money.
Yeah, because I want this 75 unit house because it brings me a good return. But this house right here, I can't accept it for 227, because if I owe 175 on it, that means I won't have enough to put down on another house. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So Philip, it sounds like you have two problems. Okay. You're on a timeline problem, and you also have a money problem.
Yeah.
Am I correct with that? Okay.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if I can solve your timeline problem, because you're telling me that you already have a house that's that you're getting ready that you're going to have to move on. And it sounds like if you don't move on, I mean, I'm in the real estate game, so it's probably a matter of, if you don't move on, that someone will.
Yes. So
right?
20% down on $1 million house, that's 200,000.
That's right.
So I can't think about this though. If you would offer me a cash offer, and if I owe 175 on that mortgage, I won't be getting only 25, not even more than $25,000. So you see what the issue?
You know what, Philip? You know what? I don't know. Given everything that you said, this is probably not something that I can, that I can help you with, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because, you know, as an investor, I would have to do something either on price or on terms. And
Okay.
it sounds like right now, your situation requires that you get priced. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is
Okay.
correct. So.
Because of the condition of the property, there's a couple of things here. So I can give you something, but I'm gonna need to you know, to work with me in order for me to be able to do some repairs and make this, you know, make this property, you know, what it needs to be in order for you to be able to extract the money out of it, right? I can help you. I can help you do that without you having to lift a finger and cash you out. But under that timeline constraint, I'm afraid that you kind of put yourself in a situation. You're not going to be able. I don't know if you're going to be able to move this in time without discounting this, because even on a regular process, you're looking 30 days or more to close it, right?
Yeah. So I'm, because that's the thing that I was looking at this property, and that's the issue I'm having, and that's
Yeah,
my only concern.
Yeah.
I can have it by the end of the. I've had the end of the year. That make me to my goal to 100 doors. I only have 75. So that's what the issue. That's the issue I'm having.
I get it. I get it. But you know, I'm afraid that this is probably not something that works for me, Philip, because there's a lot of moving parts right here. And you know, I would need some time to make sure that I can accomplish what I need to accomplish on this deal. And it kind of looks like you're going to be under the gun on this. So you know, like I said, I could cash you out. You know, someplace in the area 227, and you could be on your way. I can, you know, and we can close within short order, and you know, you have that solution to your problem.
Okay. So
do you have something, you know, you have something else in mind, or you gonna just hold out?
So you think I could refinance the property?
That I don't know the condition well enough, but if it's in a good enough condition, and you know the lender appraises and everything, maybe. So that's good. So Philip, I'm gonna go ahead and you know, let you sort that out, my friend, because really right now, you know, I'd love to help you, and I think I can, but you've kind of put yourself and me in a situation where I'm not sure we could perform. I definitely could not perform unless you can give me a much better discount than 280 on this property.
Okay.
So, so is this over, or do you have another suggestion for me how we can get this done?
I don't have a suggestion right now. Not the top of my head.
Hey, well, I'm gonna just you know, wish you good luck, and you know, hopefully you can get whatever you need out of this. Let me go ahead and I'll put a deal, something together on paper, and I'll get it over to you, and you can let me know. You know, you'll have it in your inbox, and I have your email as 123, you know, billybob@gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put something on paper, get it over to you, and you know, if it's something that's of interest to you, you know, get back to me.
Okay, I surely will. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thanks, Philip.
Indeed.
Okay. So questions, concerns, anybody have anything they want, any input they want to make right there? Like why I would let him off the hook?
Realize that that is really going to be no deal. He want 280, and if you buy that 280, you're not going to make no money. So you need to be at 227 so you can be able to make some money. You even offered some terms which he wasn't okay with, or he was okay with it, but he wanted 20%, and that wouldn't be a good fit for you too. So that's the reason why you actually let him off the hook.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also, you know, this is a guy who's telling me that he's on a timeline. So I definitely want to have something that he can take a look at. So I am going to put, you know, an offer together and put it in his inbox, because if he's on the timeline that he says that he's on, you know, there's a lot of moving parts already involved in this thing. And the truth of the matter is based on what he described, I have no interest in jumping in the middle of it right now.
Right.
Right? Because yeah, it's a lot. He's talking about buying a place. He already knows the place he wants to buy. He's already got a price. There's already a lot of stuff over on the other side that's, you know, that needs to be dealt with. And I definitely am not interested in getting in the middle of having to deal with it, you know, at this stage of the game. So for this one right here, and in most cases, I would probably just leave a offer in his inbox and step off.
So question, right? I had something like that too. Question, right? If I would actually, would you partner with me on this house, on this 75 units?
Would I partner with you on the 75 units?
Yeah.
Yeah, my answer would more than likely be a no, only because to partner with somebody on something like that, I would have to know who they are. I would have to know their background. I would have to have a little bit of time to see if we can, you know, meld together. Those projects are wrought with problems, and there are going to be problems almost from beginning to end whenever you start talking about those kind of deals, right? I mean, and I say that because obviously, you know, I've attempted a few of them, and they're landmines everywhere, right? Now you can get them closed, but the last thing I would do personally is introduce myself into a partnership with a stranger on a deal of that magnitude.
And it smells like a scam.
It smells a little scammy, you know. So yeah, I'll probably you know, decline graciously.
That's not a scam purposely.
Huh?
I said it's not a scam purposely.
It just grew into one. Yeah,
It was by
yeah,
accident.
but
It was by accident.
Harold is right, because you know, when somebody starts inviting you into deals of that size, first of all, it's probably not going to happen, because the people who are doing deals of that size, they already got a team. They already know what they're doing, or at least they need to. And if they don't, I definitely don't want to be on the team. Yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen, what you just described. You know what they say, all that glitter ain't gold. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys, anybody else have some scenarios that they run in that maybe we could talk about? Let me take a look and see what people are saying. See if there's some chatter. So looking in here, Marianne, can't hear you. Okay, I think that was resolved. Yeah, Facebook got me, Jonathan. I know Jonathan. Jason Powell, he gave us a YouTube video. I don't really know what it's about. I'll have to check it out.
Victor, I
Hey,
put in there,
Marianne.
the website for Facebook, and it's the one that has when Facebook is having a lot of problems.
Oh,
And
Down Detector.
yes, and there's a lot of problems. The problems that I wrote on there are problems that other people have had with posting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different problems. That site says all the problems that people are having with Facebook. But
Yeah.
there were some that I picked out that people have had in the past couple of days.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go there and save that. So you guys, there's Marianne. Thank you, Marianne. Put a link in the chat for some Facebook issues. I mean, any help you can get obviously is welcome. So definitely appreciate you for that, Marianne. I would suggest you guys, you know, copy it and, you know, do with it what you will, but at least it's a good place to start. Let's see. And then problems with Facebook past couple of days, 2 hours ago, cannot schedule a post to business pages, different problem. Got booted from Marketplace for two reasons. Okay, so are these some stuff that people are reporting, Marianne?
Yes, that's what they're,
Okay,
yeah, and there's all different kinds of problems recently. I guess it's an ongoing thing that people can put their problems that they're having with Facebook on there, on that site.
okay, all right.
But they were the ones, yeah, just the past couple of days, similar, I thought, to yours maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. That makes me feel a little bit better, because I didn't want to feel like I had been singled out to be in Facebook jail all by
Right.
myself.
Yeah, you don't want to by yourself.
I need some company in jail. So let's see.
He in
And
solitude.
maybe there's a few answers on there. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, at least it gives you a place to start. And usually those threads, sometimes somebody puts in some solutions. Sorry, I'm in and out of the house, guys. Oh, Michael Goolsby's cleaning his ducks. So he's gonna be in and out. Thanks for the call. Jason Powell got another meeting. Okay, all right. So it looks like we're good. So I went to Down Detector. That particular page is not coming up, but you can click on the link on the page and you can click on the name of the website, Down Detector, and it'll take you to its actual home page. So I think probably there's something on the end of this link that was personal, but it'll still get you to where you want to go. Anybody else? Anybody have a scenario that they ran into this week that they are trying to put together a deal in their minds? How could I possibly put this and make it work?
Yes, Victor, I am.
That's my girl. I knew Sandra was coming on.
I'm sorry, Victor.
Oh, no, don't
I appreciate
apologize.
your
You are.
feedback. You're an expert, so I always, I'm trying to soak as much as I can.
Oh yeah, you don't have to apologize, sweetie. You're welcome every single time. So you don't never have to say you're sorry.
Yeah. So I reached out to an expired listing, and it was an expired listing, I think back from like July. I just happened to just, and I was really surprised that he replied back to me. And so he's interested in the lease option. But what he proceeds to tell me is that there is a squatter in the house.
Oh my.
Apparently he's in Florida and this property is in the South. While he was showing the house for sale, the real estate agent apparently left the key in a doorway or something like that. And somehow somebody knew about it and they moved in the property. So there's a squatter in there, and apparently they've been in there for, I think, a few months now, 4 or 5 months or something like that, he said. Yeah, it's gotten into the legal, it's gotten legal, and he thinks it's gonna have them out, but he's not really sure because, again, there's that moratorium that's in there that goes until December.
Is he subject to the moratorium even though they're squatters?
See, that's the problem, is that he doesn't know. He actually thinks that the real estate agent kind of like did something. Because this person,
you could call the city clerk, and the city clerk will tell you what or direct you in the direction you need to go to get the answers in terms of that city's policies and what they're adhering to right now, and if they're engaging the sheriff in assisting in those type of scenarios or whatever. So the first place that I would always call is the city clerk.
Okay, so even though I'm not the owner, this is what the owner was telling me.
It doesn't matter that you're the owner. You're just trying to gather facts and process.
Okay.
You could just call and say, look, I own a property in the area that I am, I've been away from for a while, and now I have squatters in the property, and they're refusing to leave. What are my legal steps here in this city, in this jurisdiction?
Yeah, it's kind of
And they'll
weird.
just, and they'll
It's
just
kind
kind of walk you through it.
right.
And then, here's the advantage of that is that you may actually get some information that this guy doesn't know.
Okay.
And now
This
you're in the conversation, right? Now
right,
you've done some research
right.
and you may actually be able to offer a solution that he may not have thought of up to this point.
It's kind of strange, Victor, because because he talked to the squatter and he's had like a hard time talking to them, but apparently the agent has a good relationship with the squatter, and the agent, they're allowing the agent to go in there and check the property. And the agent had said that the only thing that they've done to this property so far is painted a couple of the rooms turquoise. But otherwise, the property is in good shape. And this is a property that they just got rehabbed. So do you think this is something I should go ahead and stay with it? Stay with it?
I think so my answer is the same. I would find out what I would find out. Yeah, somebody said that's shady as fuck to me, and I'm like, yeah, that is shady. And the shady part being the relationship with the real estate agent versus the owner. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's what he said too. Yeah.
yeah, that's shady as can be. So the only thing that you can do is gather facts as to your next steps, right? The only person that can answer that is going to either be, well, you start at the city clerk. The reason I say start at the city clerk is because they also will be able to direct you to whatever areas you need to be at in order to get the information that you're looking for. So they might say, look, I'm gonna patch you over to the sheriff. I'm gonna patch you over to our, housing, or whatever division they have that handles that, right?
Okay.
And you can just basically, it'll probably take you 30 minutes to walk through the scenario and find out what the solutions might be.
Okay.
There might be some information in there, some knowledge that you acquire that is going to, allow you to move something forward or uncover why this thing is so shady.
Okay.
So you just, at this point right now, you simply don't have enough information to know whether to move forward. Until you find out if there's a moratorium on getting those squatters out, if there's a process that is 90 days long or whatever, you would have to find out what it is that you need to do, right? If I take ownership as the new owner now, what are my options in terms of, getting these people out of the property? Because oftentimes the change of ownership also reinstates certain abilities on your part.
Okay.
So ask the clerk that, look, I'm looking to buy it. If I buy it, do I just inherit these people or do I have some rights at that point to do a proper eviction?
Okay.
And is an eviction even possible in this day and time, given the moratorium? And does it include squatters, rather than people who actually have an agreement to be in a home?
Well, that's the problem, is that they went ahead and did all these documents, and when they went down there and tried to get them out, they had documents that they went ahead and created. He thinks he can get them out in a month, but I'll still go ahead and follow what you just told me. I'll go ahead and take those steps.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You have new information. You know what I mean? If you get any more properties in that area, you now have some insights that you didn't have before. It probably take you like 30 minutes. So there's probably value to be gleaned from you either way.
Right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more
Victor.
questions? Yes, sir.
When she go, like she's on that property she was talking about, there's always a chance that when you evict these people, they tear the house up before they move.
Yeah, that's the risk.
That's a big risk.
Yeah, it's a big risk. You absolutely have to have relationship with them. So thank you for bringing that up, Jerry, because it brought my mind someplace else also. So you may actually end up in this conversation with these people, Sandra, about moving out. At some point, is this a local property to you, or is it
no, that's the thing. It's no, it's not. It's in Alabama, and the owner lives in Florida. So the owner is also in a pickle because he's relying on the real estate agent. That's his boots on the ground. So he doesn't really know. So,
Okay.
it's not
And,
local to
and,
me.
and how far away are you?
I'm in Georgia.
Okay. So
He
what
thinks
the
he can
chat?
get them out. He thinks he can get them out though. He thinks he can get them out. Like because they've been there for 5 months. And I think he's saying, based on what the real estate agent is saying, is that he's saying to give them, you know, a few weeks. So what I had said to him is that the pictures on Zillow looked great, but I want pictures of the property after they vacated, to see if those are still the same. You know what I mean? Just to see the before and after, and
Yeah.
see if my offer changes based on, based on that. So,
It sounds like to me, in a situation like that, the real estate agent left the keys, the people move in. Now he's friends with the people. That real estate agent could be getting paid every month on this property.
yeah, he feels the same way too, because the real estate agent actually said the house was broken into. And then, but the thing is, when he sent him a picture of the doorknob, there was no damage to the door. So,
Yeah. So yeah, that whole thing is shady. So Sandra, Harold Humphrey, and you can see him on the screen. He has his camera on. Harold is actually in Alabama,
oh, okay.
Birmingham, Montgomery area. Where is your property at? Sandra? You muted yourself. I don't know if you're aware.
I didn't know that, it be myself. It's Decatur.
Or Decatur. Harold, how far is Decatur from Birmingham, Montgomery area?
Decatur, about 45 minutes to an hour from Birmingham.
Oh, okay, 45 minutes to an hour.
Not too far.
Okay.
If needed.
Yeah. So Sandra, you can connect with Harold, and you guys can work something out. He could probably help you out, go take some pictures for you, or do whatever.
Yeah,
Take a look
I
at the
appreciate
property.
that. Harold, I'll put my number privately in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, you can chat him privately directly to him if you don't want everybody to have it.
Okay, thank you, Victor. Thank you, Harold.
Okay.
You're very welcome.
I'm putting mine in. I don't care who has it.
Right on.
Okay.
We're gonna crank call you.
I know, right?
Let's all crank. Let's
leave a
crank
message
call.
because if I don't recognize the number, I might not answer. So leave a message.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm taking your number down too, Harold.
Yeah, do that, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a couple of deals right now, kind of brewing in Alabama. We'll see what happens.
Okay, call me.
Yep. Perfect. Cool. So maybe we might be able to help you out on that deal, but I would still make the call, Sandra, just to gather that information, because you're already dealing with that issue. There's some shadiness. You may not need the information when it's all said and done, but the great thing about having it is you never have to give it back.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody got any scenarios you guys want to work through? Something else, some other structure or whatever. All right, so maybe you guys can make some suggestions on something. So we're looking at a deal, partner and me. We're looking at a deal, and it was kind of the deal I had Philip sort of work through. So the guy doesn't need his money right now, but he's that guy that I described who is looking to maybe to invest in properties, and he wants to get to 100 doors over the next few years. Unlike Philip, he didn't need to get to 100 doors by the end of the year. It's crazy.
It could be possible. Don't do that.
Right, it could be. It could be. You can go.
I told you, you're gonna win. You're gonna win.
6 seconds.
You're gonna win it. You're gonna be a millionaire overnight once you hit the right numbers. That's all.
That's it. Okay. So anyway, so he has a property. There's some similar properties in the area that sold for someplace in the area of 340. He wants 260 for his place. He doesn't need all his money right away. The place in order to get it maxed out, I think probably is going to take about 50,000 because they ended up using it for there's some sober living facilities right near the house. Now here's the other problem with the property. Sober living community nearby, liquor store next door. I couldn't make that up, you guys.
That's almost worse. That's almost worse than what I'm going through. I see a Dunkin' Donut right next to a gym.
Right next to a gym, right, there you go. Yeah, liquor store. And so, you know, you have like these people hanging out at the liquor store, you know, they're shooting dice, they're, you know, they hood, right? Right there. And it's right next door, like the wall over. So to create any privacy, you know, I would have, well, the wall is already kind of high, but you know, if I wanted to try to put a family in there, I don't think that would actually be possible. So, you know, what are some considerations? I understand that there is a sober living facility right next door. And I think that and across the street is the headquarters of the sober living facility. So I have this 3-bedroom house that has had drywall put up to block off areas, and they're renting out one room at a time. The kitchen is trash, everything is trash. It literally would need to be gutted. It's in a situation where it has a couple of things in its favor. One is the zoning. I could easily turn it into you know, law offices, a dental office, you know, business, and I wouldn't have to go through any zoning headaches as far as that's concerned. So that's one option. The other option, it also has a large garage in the back. The option there is to just maybe, you know, create some more additional living spaces in the back and leave it as a sober living home, or, you know, allow it to be used that way and collect, you know, monthly rents from the tenants like he's doing now. That's one option, is to leave it a sober living home. Option number 2 is to turning into offices. Option number 3 would be to just rehab it as a family home. I can't even imagine who'd want to live there. I definitely would not want to live there if I had children. Any thoughts, ideas?
Victor, is the seller, the company that has all the sober living? Is that the seller?
No. But they could potentially be the buyer. Ultimately.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so they're being approached, you know, for their needs to try to get you know, take their temperature in regards of what their interest would be. Because it could draw some really good money. But, you know, now you're dealing with a particular type of clientele. I don't really have an interest in staying in a property to manage it at that level.
Right.
So I would literally need to find a buyer before all of this happens. And I do have a couple of buyers that I have notified, and, you know, maybe you might want to take a look or whatever. But that's my challenge. That's my challenge. And what to do with this property. You know, I can probably work the pricing and everything, you know, to my advantage. You know, the guy, like I said, he's not in a hurry. He might take a little bit of money down, and carry back the note for a period of time, allow me to get the work and everything done, and then cash him out when I sell. So, you know, I might have, you know, maybe 10 grand of my own money in the game, with a potential though of pulling out, you know, a little bit more than that. Not sure, you know, haven't had the offer accepted or anything like that. But I thought I'd just throw that out there, like, you know, something to have a conversation on. If anybody had any questions, ideas, you know, in terms of, you know, why would I do it? How would I do it? You know,
is it in a good area?
Any suggestions? Yes, Marianne.
What kind of area is it in?
The overall area or, you know, beyond what I described
Yeah,
as far as the
like
liquor
is it
store?
in the city or is it, you know, more out of the city or?
It's in, it's in the city. It's in the urban area.
So is there a lot of crime around there and stuff?
Yeah, more than I would move into.
So,
Yeah, I was thinking, to me,
what
yeah, I
kind-
was thinking it might be harder to get a buyer too for that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a special buyer. Like a buyer would have to know that they're going in there under particular circumstances. It'd be somebody who, one, is either familiar with it or two, doesn't have a problem dealing in that environment. There are buyers like that.
Would the
so
city
Victor, are you
buy?
trying to
Would the
just
city
make
buy?
money?
Is it what? Is it what, Marianne?
Could the city buy it? You know, don't they have to? Don't they own certain um facilities? You know, because since that's sober living, they could. You know,
Now, typically though, they, you know, I mean, they're a potential buyer too when it's redone, but typically they tend to not give you the prices that you're looking for. They're not trying to pay retail.
that's true.
Yeah, they're really not trying to pay retail. Waylon?
So are you trying to arbitrage or are you trying to make cash flow?
I'm gonna turn it over. I'm not trying to stay in it at all.
Okay. So
Yeah, I just want to make it so it cash flows handsomely and I can sell it based on this cash flow and maybe get a higher price.
so do you think the neighbors, the owner of that rehab
store?
place?
Or the rehab
No,
place?
yeah. Do you think maybe the owner of that rehab place may want to expand?
No doubt.
Or
Yeah, I'm meeting with him later on.
yeah, I mean, you know, that I think that might be the best way, you know, because otherwise, you know, you probably can't really make much out of it. You know, considering the office space is not really going to be hot in the next few years.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, as an office, you know, there's not a whole bunch of people, you know, jumping in to open up brand new offices right now, doctors, lawyers, or Indian chiefs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I guess
So I was
the
thinking the
ultimate
exact same
oxymoron would be to sell it to a church.
thing. It doesn't really function in terms of that, only because of its makeup and there's no parking and, you know, there's basically, yeah, it would be a problem. The liquor store next door has a pretty large parking lot, but I'm pretty sure they're not really trying to, you know, share it. You know, and you know, when it starts to becoming trying to put together all those puzzle pieces, nowadays it's a matter of, is my time best, you know, spent here or going and go get deals? You know, once at a certain point, it becomes too much of a headache. But you know, if I see $150,000 at the end of that headache, I'll go ahead and suck it up and do what I have to do. But I don't know if there's that much profit potential there. All right. Anybody else want to do a role play? Anybody else got another scenario or situation?
Victor, I just want to tell you on the Facebook page, if
Yes,
you
dear.
scroll down, it says, when you first pull it up, it says no problems in Facebook. But then you keep scrolling down and it says all the problems and it has the graph of how many problems there are right now on Facebook.
Okay. Okay, I'm on that page. Okay, guys, so what she's referring to is if you go to Down Detector, the first page is a whole bunch of different companies, I guess. And I guess what they do is monitor these companies for outages of any kind or glitches or, you know, algorithm issues, whatever, and report on it. So, yeah, so they seem to have a lot of stuff here.
So if it's downdetector.com/status/Facebook.
Yeah, you can even just put in downdetector.com and you can, it's easier to see where to go from there.
Yeah, because I think it also does it for Zoom with the problems, but on that particular page for Facebook, you keep scrolling down and it'll tell, that's when it has all the people that they've had problems posting and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
Scrolling down.
All right, maybe I might find a solution to the problem, because I don't know about the rest of you guys, but Facebook, as far as marketing is concerned, and this is probably, I'm probably the biggest Facebook hater in the world. Like, I can't stand Facebook, but it serves a purpose in our business, and not having access to it it's a big deal. And
Right.
It's slowed a lot of things down for us in the last 2 weeks behind whatever it is that's going on over there right now. And you're right, it might be Mark Zuckerberg doing it on purpose, because he's getting his little butt spanked right now with all of his nonsense.
Because he a hater.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Victor, is there a price point that you sort of cut off at where it's too high for you, where you won't have the pool of buyers that you want because it's too high? Do you go beyond 300?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You do?
Well, I'm also in an area where I'll do 3 million in my area.
Yeah, but you do virtual too. So I'm saying virtual because I know
Yeah.
you're in California, so that's
Yeah.
completely different. But virtually, do you go beyond 300? Oh,
Are
no,
you
because
saying would I go beyond 300 to do a deal, or am I going beyond 300
like
to
like for
source?
lease options, for example, because like the pool of buyer, once you gets higher and higher, kind of decreases, right?
It does. You have to target market your buyer. So the only way I would probably consider something like that is, let's say I am on the outskirts of a major metropolitan area. Let's say Pittsburgh, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I do know that Pittsburgh, because of its employment base, has a lot of people who have to be there. They have to work in the city or whatever, but they don't necessarily want to live in Pittsburgh, right? So they move to the surrounding areas that are 30 minutes away, or less from the center of town. Now, on the east side, when I say east side, I mean on the East Coast, it's a lot easier. You don't get a lot farther in 30 minutes than you will in California. In California, 30 minutes means that you just go into the corner. Literally, I mean, it's crazy. So, I look for those surrounding areas, and if I feel like I have a buyer pool, and then I'll target that buyer pool, such as executives. I would call management companies for people who manage travel and stuff for executives, that kind of thing. And I would see if there's in fact a market for it.
So New York don't count?
Huh?
New York don't count?
Yeah, I just picked Pittsburgh, because really the reason I picked because in New York, if you let's say Manhattan, right? Let's say the Bronx, whatever, right? 30 minutes away, you haven't gone anywhere.
Let me jump in here real quick. Victor, are you there?
Yeah, you have a question, Jonathan?
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in. I took a little bit of training with Brian Gibbons, and I know Justin mentioned him a little bit recently. But yeah, he's all about doing the above median on lease options, but the key to being above median price is being in a good school district, period. Do not get involved with any of those higher end homes unless it's in a school district with like a 7 or 8 and above, if you're going to be looking at like high end homes on doing lease options.
Ooh, that is so rich, and I could not agree more. I could not agree more. The buyer in those areas, similar to what I was describing, and thank you so much for that, Jonathan. That's great input. Were you finished? I didn't want to step on it, but I just also had a thought on that.
I'm good.
Okay, all right, thanks, buddy. So school districts are huge. I mean, it could be your single most important qualifier once you get to a certain price point, because for, you know, people who have achieved at a particular level or who have educated themselves and are now in a particular category. The one thing that all of them have in common is the desire to educate their kids well. Like, it's a common trait amongst people who, you know, are on a success path. So if you, wherever you are, if you can find yourself in a solid school district, you're looking at like Zillow and it's rating out the schools, and those school district numbers are like 2 out of 10, because Zillow scores on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're in a 2 out of 10 area, let that be a notice to you that you are going to have to find a particular type of buyer, or not have to find, but you are going to deal with a particular type of buyer. Okay, either someone with no kids or somebody who that is not a priority in their life. Different than the responsible individual whose whole priority in life is educating their kids. That's a whole different individual, the one you want to deal with, especially when with the lease options and everything, they're going to just handle their business because that's who they are. That one little piece of information completely describes the avatar that will be the absolute best scenario for you to dispose of a property. That one little avatar.
Yeah, you're talking about doctors, lawyers, and that type of thing. So when you're in that above that $250,000 and $300,000 range, definitely keep an eye on those school districts, because that makes a difference on them.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, if you school districts, if you think that you're in an area, if you have things you can sell, hospital within 5 minutes, you know, shopping less than 10 minutes away, public transportation, you know, half a block down the road, all of those things, and you can include those things in your ads and stuff when you're marketing them, because all of those things are attention grabbers. Those are what people want for themselves and their families.
Especially Walmart. Don't do that. Why are you laughing?
Hello, Walmart shoppers.
Don't do that.
I can't stand Walmart, and I've never lived near one, but yes, I do go there and shop and pick up all my, you know, all my basics. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you can't beat their price, but I'm not trying to live near Walmart at all, period.
You more like a Target guy?
Huh?
You more like a Target guy?
A Target guy. No, you know what? You guys are gonna think this is bougie right here, but
it is bougie.
I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on what's it called? Stitch Fit, which is a service where you come in and they try on all. You have a consultant who kind of, you know, figures out what you want to do, like a look, like a style. You know, what do you feel comfortable in? What's your thing, right? What are your favorite colors and that kind of stuff. And then you get a concierge, and they send you out, I think it's only like $20 a month, and then they send you out clothes every single month, and you just pay for the ones you keep and you send the other ones back. The perfect business for COVID, and the perfect business for somebody who absolutely hates shopping.
Which I think you hate shopping.
About this. And the price, believe it or not, the prices are not excessive, you know, relative to the quality.
Man, they had to dry clean after you send it back.
You just on one today,
Huh?
I said you just on one today, They might have to do whatever they do. I mean, you're gonna try it on. Yeah, they're gonna have to at least dry clean it, steam it, do something, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Is them stretch marks? We got tennis back.
Any other scenarios, any other, anything you guys are dealing with, deals you're trying to put together, scenarios
Jimmy-
that you're not finding something that fits? Hey, Jerry.
Is Jimmy still on?
I don't see him. He goes in and out. I don't think he's in here right now, though. Did you want to ask him a question?
No, I wanted to role play with someone other than you to get more a different feel.
Whatever. I don't want to role play with you either, Jerry. I was just sitting here thinking, I hope Jerry doesn't want to role play.
Oh,
I'm messing
okay.
with you. I'm messing with
All
you.
right.
Cause Victor
All right.
bougie.
It look
Cause
like
Victor
it's,
so
look like
bougie.
Huh?
look like it's you and me, Victor.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Before it's you and me, does anybody else, anybody else want to jump in here, raise their hand, whatever? Okay, before we do our role play, Claude tried to sneak in here again real quick, and he thinks he's gonna not, he's gonna get in here and not have to say something, but that's not going to happen. So, oh, there you go.
Speaking of turkeys.
Oh, you ready, huh? You getting your whole Thanksgiving spirit in effect right now.
Oh, listen, in these COVID days, you better celebrate something. It might as well be a Zoom background, right?
So how is everything? And is there anything you want to share with us, or were you just kind of peeking in and sort of getting a sense of it?
I wanted to let you know, it was very hard to get in today. I don't know if you were getting my notification. Justin had to let me in through the back door.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I have somebody else with. Oh, you know what it was is I had scrolled down, and the notifications were hidden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, the biggest problem in my life is I have no problems. Everything is,
You're in a real good groove right now, huh?
Yeah, well, the cable bill is paid and we're having mac and cheese for dinner. What do I got to complain about? I mean,
Man,
How was your bagel?
You're living a blessed life right now.
Yeah. So, Jerry, I'll do a role play with you.
There we go.
Okay. Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry,
what?
Go ahead.
I'm going to be the seller. Okay. Have a property. I would just take it from there.
Okay. Hello. This is Claude. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. What do you want?
I'm actually the seller.
I got you.
Okay. You called me.
I did? Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was a pocket dial. I'm sorry. What's this about, sir?
I don't know. Again, you called me.
Oh, wow. A lot of people call me about real estate. This has nothing to do with real estate, right? Before I get off the phone.
It could. I do have a property for sale.
Really? I'll make you an offer and throw in a free turkey if we can do business today.
Well, let's see if we can do business. What are you offering?
I don't know. Oh gosh. This is your home, and your name again, sir? I'm sorry.
My name is Jerry.
Jerry, I'm Claude. Jerry, this is your house you're living in, or an investment property?
This is an investment property.
How long have you had it, if you don't mind me asking?
I've had it about 5 years.
You're making money with it, right? 100, 250, 500 a month?
Yes.
Keep it, man. Why would you want to get something? Man, that's a cash cow. That's the golden goose, man, laying golden eggs all the time. Why would you want to sell that? You want to keep it, don't you?
No, actually, I want to sell it. Are
you sure?
My wife, sure. My wife wanted to do something different. Okay, so we was going to sell this property and possibly buy something different.
You don't want to buy something different. Keep how much round numbers? You got a tenant in this, or you got a tenant in this property already?
Yes, I do.
Making round numbers, 200, 250, 500 a month. What do you think you're netting on this thing?
About 300 a month.
300 a month, 3,600 a year. You really don't want to sell this.
Well, my wife, her mind is made up and I sort of agreed with her. So we're actually going to sell this property and we're going to buy another property closer to where we live.
Oh, well, it can't be that far away, right?
It's about 75 miles.
Oh, 70. I run that in a week. You could, oh, that's not that bad. Not for a good property, but 300 a week, 300 a month, good tenant, pays you on time, making you all that money every month. You got the depreciation and everything. Are you sure you want to sell it?
Yes, I am.
Why should I buy it?
Again, you call me. It's a great property.
You get it.
The property is cash flowing.
Yeah. What are you asking?
Okay.
Just before I go, what are you asking for it?
I'm asking 250,000.
250,000, but it only makes 300 a month.
Yes.
And how did you get that 250 number? I'm just curious. You don't mind me asking these questions, do you? I'll ask you a few, you ask me a few, and I'll make you an offer. If that's okay. Or you can tell me to get lost.
I got that number off of Zillow. I was looking on Zillow what other properties were selling for.
Oh, okay. So it's worth 250. It's probably free and clear by now, right?
No, it's not free and clear. I owe a little money on it.
When you say a little, you mean what? 50, 100, 150, round numbers.
155.
155. Okay, so you got 100,000 equity in it. If your appraisal is correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would you consider? I look for price or terms just to cut to the bottom line, sir, because I got to go. I've got another closing later today. I'm taking Victor Walker out for the mac and cheese for dinner later. What should we do? Price or terms here? I'm not, you don't mind if I tell you the truth, do you?
No, tell me the truth.
The truth is I can't give you full price because it doesn't make any sense to me. But if you give me an 18% discount on the market value, or if you're willing to do a lease purchase or hold your equity on a note, I think we could do business today. I don't know if you want to go in that direction. What do you think?
No, I just want to get cash, be done with this property and move on.
Okay. But there's no rush to sell it, right? You want full price. So you really want a residential buyer more than an investor, don't you?
Well, that's what we was hoping to get.
I was hoping to be 6'2". You know what God did? He made me 5'8". What are you going to do?
Okay.
You can't always get what you want. Listen, can I have your email? Can I have your email? I'm going to write up a little offer. I'm going to send you a video. I'm going to send you a little gift. If you get back to me today before 6:30, we'll talk some more. If not, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Okay?
Well, why can't you give me your price right now when we're on the phone?
Well, let me ask you something. You're an investor. If you were me, what would you do?
I would try to buy the property where I had the guy on the phone.
But how would you get? You're a sharp guy. How would you make money if it's worth 250 and you want me to spend 250? How would you as an investor make money on this thing? It doesn't make, you don't want to drop the price and you don't want to give me any terms. So I'd love to have your advice.
Drop the price. I could be a little flexible.
What does a little mean?
10,000.
Yeah. That doesn't work for me. So listen, it's worth 250. You owe 150. If I offered you 195.5, I don't want to insult you, but that's not going to work today, is it?
Wow.
Let me think about this for a second. Let me ask my wife. Hold on a second. Hey, honey. Yeah. He wants Mr. Smith wants 250 for his home. It only makes 300 a month. And you think we should buy it for 195?
Doesn't sound like it's worth it.
Oh, my wife, I don't know. My wife doesn't like it.
Nope.
Is that the best you could do on the price?
Let me check. When you say best, what do you mean? Jeopardy music, please. Come on.
220, 225.
Yeah, that just won't work. You want 225, I want 200. Final offer. You want to split the difference? I'll send you an offer today.
What is the price?
I
We
said-
split the difference.
Yeah,
We split the difference we split the difference. I
At
can't do that. How about 218?
212.5, final offer. I'll close before Christmas. Tell you what, I gotta go. I've got so many other deals and everything. Listen, I'll write this up. I'll send it to you. If you get back to me before 6:30 and accept my offer, you got a deal. If not, I wish you a nice Thanksgiving. Okay, really gotta go, sir. Thank you so much.
Hey, before you get off the phone,
I gotta go. I'm really late. Victor's waiting for his mac and cheese.
okay. How much of a deposit, if I agree on this price, how much of a deposit you're gonna give me?
What do you think's fair?
5,000?
5,000. I'll put 2,500 down today and another 2,500 before the close. Subject
Okay,
to
we can do,
subject to an inspection
subject,
and a title
okay,
check,
we could do that.
which means
We have a deal.
what?
We have a deal.
Thank you, sir. Give him a round of applause. He made me work for a living there. Whew, I'm exhausted, man. I need a beer.
It was that turkey, wasn't it?
So what you guys just saw was the definition of guts, right? Because I know all you guys were thinking, I do not have the guts to do that to somebody on the phone, because I know me, I'm thinking to myself, I want this deal. I need this deal. I need to close this deal. And that's my whole entire motivation, Claude. And you totally came at it from the whole nother angle, like, I'm doing you a favor.
And I like the way he was pulling away. Okay.
Yeah. He was the ultimate reluctant buyer, right?
He was done.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got to use that scarcity. You've got, hey, I'm busy. This is my best offer. I really got to go. I don't have much time. Well, Claudia walked in the room there, so I couldn't let that go away. And you use these different psychological triggers, and you have a lot of fun with it. If you act like you're desperate, if you've got it. So what should we do with that now? We got a 250 property. We got it for under contract for 212. What's the next thing I need to do with that property? What am I going to do with it?
Have an inspection.
Okay, before we go there, you in your conversation said 18%. Is that a random number, or is that it's a random number? Huh?
It just the Alex Trebek came to me when I was whistling the theme song, and
Okay. So when you're on the phone and you say something like that, are you just looking to see if you can get a discount, get him to move off his price, and see how low you can get him to go, or it's because it seemed arbitrary, but I know you better than that.
I am basically three, other than the other three most important words, I don't know.
Right.
Price and terms. I have to get some leverage here to make money with this property. I either need a lower price so I can wholesale it to somebody else, or I need terms. And he had a lot of equity, so we had to work on that. Did you like the beginning? That was the part I really was working on. I was almost sounded like I didn't want to buy the home in the very beginning. Why don't you keep it longer? Does anyone? It's a total redirection technique, a reverse psychology.
That was just. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, Victor, do you really have the guts to do this? Like, that's the first thing I'm thinking. Like, do you really have the guts to just absolutely start, slapping someone's hands away immediately and make them come back to you? But I'm trying it on my next phone call, though.
Yeah. I see when you go in the complete opposite direction,
Mhm.
You force the prospect to justify their decision.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, and you get to the truth a lot of times.
yeah,
You know, gee, why are you selling? Keep the home. Well, we have to sell it. We need the money. We bought another home. We're moving. We're whatever. You got to
Yeah.
get to that truth, because if you don't get to the truth, you don't know their level of motivation, do you?
yeah. You really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just having the nerve to, you know, to go at somebody
That's
and be such the reluctant buyer. And the thing that I saw happening, that I saw occurring throughout the process, is that your credibility was rising without any effort about you, without you having a conversation about your credibility, right? Like you literally, you know, you like, because the assumption is this guy must know what he's doing. He obviously knows how to answer a question. He's obviously doesn't need my house. He seems to already be doing fine. So all of these things are implied in what you were doing. Like they were all implied. Like, okay, this guy, you know, he can take it or leave it. So now your credibility has gone to here. He must be serious. He must know what he's doing. He's able to write this up right now. He's obviously done this before. Obviously, not obviously, but it appears so, right? All in the way that you approach that whole opening conversation with him. Anybody else got any comments or?
How about
Jerry, what did you think? Oh, I'm sorry, Claude, go ahead.
I just, one other thing before I forget, it'll go out of my mind. The very opener, I called him up. Yeah, what can I do for you? He said, you called me. I said, I'm sorry, it must have been a butt dial.
Right.
That is a true Thanksgiving pattern interrupt. Okay.
Oh my goodness, it certainly is. And have you ever done it and had someone actually hang up on you? Or
oh yeah. Oh,
okay, good. Okay,
and,
so you always know you're at risk when you're doing it.
Yeah, you got to have fun, and then you call them back right away. Did you hang up or were we disconnected? I just wasn't sure.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
You got to make sales fun. Otherwise, it's just drudgery, calling people up, getting rejection, getting voicemail. If you don't have fun on the way to the bank, you can't last in this business. I got to be as honest as I can be about sales, because sales can be either torture or a lot of fun on the way to the bank.
Wow. Yeah. That was amazing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you before. I'll take any questions or comments for sure.
Yeah. Jerry, what were you thinking? I want to get Jerry's thoughts and point of view. And I know that it's different for you because you know consciously that you're in a role play. But at the same time, did you find yourself kind of wanting to pull this guy back in? Where was you thinking?
Yes. He kept pulling away. Okay, I'll send you an offer. And I really wanted to pull him back in. Okay, I wanted him to close me before he got off the phone. So many times you're going to hear people say, I'll send you an offer, but you don't get no offer. They use that just to get off the phone. Okay.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel when you ask that pretty girl in high school out on a date and she says, no, I'm washing my hair that night?
Oh boy.
Okay, that's scarcity.
That basically means she doesn't want to go out with you.
That's right. And and you can't get, sometimes you give up, you walk with your head down, your tail between your legs, or you try again and again,
right. Yeah.
At least you know she washes her hair if you get another chance.
Sure.
There you go, Jason. So you did gather some vital intel.
Yeah, to me, that was Claude. Oh, come on. That was a mic drop moment. I mean, that was awesome. So
I have a different attitude now than I did when I first started in sales. To me, it was just make those calls, read that repetitious script.
Yeah.
And the rejection rate was in the high 90s. Oh, everybody here knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely new.
We've got to reinvent sales so that we're kind of getting people. I want to get somebody off balance. I want to make them laugh, or I want them. Well, wait, you called me. Oh, did I? Oh, this isn't about real estate, is it? And well, I do have a home for sale. That's it. It's sold already, right? Boom. And then you go into it. You got to ask questions, pattern interrupts, redirection. These are all psychological moves.
Yeah.
That change the whole dynamic of sales. So at least you have a so at least you have a chance with somebody.
And I remember when I first started with you, one of the first trainings I did, I remember reluctant buyer popping off the page to me. And watching you do this particular role play right here was the epitome of reluctant buyer personified. And the where it put you in the conversation, where it put you in stature, everything that occurred in that moment was pretty amazing. So really appreciate you coming on and
thank
sharing
you.
that with us. That was priceless.
I think what you do is great.
Awesome.
Is great. 2 hours of role playing every Wednesday. That's like work, man.
I'm just building my muscle.
And what
And
you
one of
do,
the go ahead. One of the things I'm guilty of, okay, I'm here every week, okay. I don't step up and role play, okay. And I need you to push me more, Victor, every week, okay? Because I get off the phone, I talk to customers, I'm closing some deals, okay? But I know I could be a lot better, okay? I don't know if it's just being in the group and putting yourself on the front line or what, but that's where I'm at. I should be every week role playing, and I tell myself this, but I leave here, I get on the phone with my customers, I got no problem, talking to someone and closing, but I just need to step up more, okay? And I need you to push me a little more.
do you know the real purpose of role playing? What's the real purpose of Victor doing all this work every Wednesday, hours and hours of role? What's the real purpose?
He's preparing us for when we get on the phone in front of that customer to be able to close the deal.
Yeah, it's to make you so comfortable that you, without any reluctance, you just make those calls and you don't sit and you don't beat yourself up. You don't sit in judgment. You say, listen, this guy's got a problem. I'm the doctor here. I got a solution. He might like me, he might hang up on me. It's okay. My life goes on, but he still's got that problem. You've almost got to take on a role of, I hate the word, but arrogance.
Extreme confidence, at least.
Extreme confidence. You've got to go into this and not beat yourself up, and you've got to, it's almost like you got to pretend like you just had 2 martinis. Okay, you know how that
confidence comes, your swag.
I think that like Victor, I notice it's a lot of times that you're on and you're asking people, hey, anybody have something they want to role play? And and we have a lot of people in the group, but nobody is actually stepping up. It's like, it seems like they don't want to be put themselves out there, right?
It's hard. It's hard.
But
hey, Jerry.
We have to get past that. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's very, very relevant. But Jerry, you hit the nail on the head, because Victor will tell you and Claude will tell you on Claude's Monday, I don't chime in a lot. For some reason, I'm not as comfortable in this group as I am one-on-one on the phone, or especially face-to-face.
We're all friends here.
Yeah, I know it. I know that.
This is like that gym that has the sign, judgment-free zone.
Right.
Yeah, but we have to push ourselves past that. If you want to get better, you're either going to stay where you are or you're going to push through it. Okay. And I think with so many people are stuck in the group and they're here every week, but they're not stepping up. Okay.
Yeah.
Guilty.
So if you don't step up, I feel we don't step up, we're not going to grow. And I'm looking at now when I get on the phone, okay, I'm cold calling. Okay. I'm doing a scraping, sending out my text blast, talking to people on the phone. Now I want to concentrate on how I could get better closing.
That's a great attitude. That's exactly what this whole group, my whole thinking when I started the group was, from a selfish point of view, it was because I wanted to get better. Okay, so it's kind of
Right.
it kind of started there, and I knew that if I could, put myself in a scenario where I have a bunch of other people participating with me, that we would all get good together and we would all get better. We would all make more money. Everybody, it'll all be good. But where the drop off is exactly what you're talking about, Jerry. I really invite you guys to participate, way more often, because I know you're out there and I know you're making phone calls, and I see some of the growth that has occurred since we started in this process. I'll point out one person right off the top. That's Wade Lynn. When Wade Lynn first came into the group, he didn't have that confidence and that skill set that he's kind of now demonstrating. Whenever he turns on his mic and his camera, he has something to say, and when out of him speaking, you're clear that he's put in work. He's put in work. So I trust that a lot of you guys are putting in work, but what I would invite you to do is to contribute to the group. You all have so much to say. You guys have so much experiences. You guys are out there on the front lines, and we just want to, share it with us, because more than likely we're dealing with the same exact thing. And if you can share it with us.
Victor, just like for instance, when I say, okay, is Jimmy here? Is Jimmy on? Okay,
Nah, Jimmy not on.
I wanted to role play with Jimmy. Maybe that was a little intimidation of role playing with you. Okay. And then after he wasn't there, then I pushed through and I said, okay, come on, Victor, we'll do it. And then Claude popped up, and then I said, what the hell? Okay.
then you jumped into a Shark Tank.
So I'm just saying, I think what I'm saying, I speak the way a lot of people feel,
Yeah, I think you're right. I really appreciate you bringing it in and pointing it out and bringing it like a conversation, because I think everybody is having that conversation. Claude, is that IDGASL? What's the acronym there?
It's the magic place. It's the Disneyland for true adult gut salesmen. It's that place you get to where you don't beat yourself up anymore. It's I don't give a shit land. Okay.
Right.
It's
I'm going.
It's where you just do, you're a decent person, an honest person. You're trying to make an honest buck. You're not there to hurt anybody. And you just go and you don't beat yourself up. You don't keep hitting yourself. Oh, I should have done this. And why do I do that and everything? And you just go for it. You kiss the pretty girl at the doorstep. You ask the question in sales. You throw the rules against the rule. You go to the prospect and you take the role of the authoritative, kindly doctor with some bedside manner.
Yeah. That's some really good stuff.
And if you screw up making the calls or in the role play, you learn from it, you get better.
I go all the time to oh God, why, you won't believe how I screwed this up, or I should have done this, or I did that. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does, but you get past it. And the worst thing in the world is when you don't even try. If I could get people to be the word Victor used, confident, if I can get just people to make 2, 3, 4 phone calls a day, with just that confidence and say, I'm going to do my best. And they have a success. They make a little deal, or they get a nice prospect, or they have a good adult conversation with maybe no sale.
Yeah.
That to me gives you enough energy to make the next set of phone calls. If you're just getting bogged down with the busy, I'm going to hang up more signs. I'm going to work on my CRM. I'm going to hire an aggregation manager or whatever these gurus. If I can just get people, I know the one thing that works for me. I have a very successful, profitable business. I have very low overhead. All I do is give good phone. That's all you need. Honest.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Claude. And I don't know if you know this, but when I made my commitment to you, and you knew it when I made it, you knew that my commitment was, it was a commitment. And it was a commitment based on a desire to break through my artificial ceiling that I had created mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in other way, and could not just, break through it. So I needed myself personally to make a commitment above and beyond what was comfortable.
Yeah.
So that I had to live into it.
When they say get out of your comfort zone, I'll give you the best example in the world. The one thing I never thought I would be able to ever do was speak publicly. I mean, I'd have, man, I'd like, what do you call it? Hyperventilate if I thought about it even,
Yeah.
And you can do anything you put your mind to. If you're hungry enough, if you study it enough, if you practice it enough, and you raise your self-esteem, your confidence level to such a degree where you say, I'm going to do my best and people are either going to like it or I'm going to make a fool of myself. Oh, well, life will go on.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it any different. That feeling of, I'm just going to try. I'm a good person. If I screw up, oh, well, I'll get past it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're talking about the confidence in knowing that you're bringing value. You're bringing value and you're offering something, and you can help people in their situation if they'll allow you to, and if they're willing to move left or right a little bit, but I'm not going to pull you through this thing. I'm not, what I'm saying, we're going to partner up and I'm going to help you solve your problem. We're going to move you to the next place. And when you are coming from, I'm going to just put out value every single time I possibly can, it changes the way you approach your phone calls.
It changes your life. It actually changes your life.
Yes.
When you stop being so self-conscious about everybody, what are they going to think? What are they going to say or do? And you just get to IDGASL land. You got to believe how good, you cannot believe how much better your life will be. And you'll make a lot more money, by the way. I got to go, sir. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. Thank you.
Man, you better stop apologizing for coming in here.
Thank you so much.
You got an open door for you, and thank you so much for coming in. That was amazing. I can't wait to watch the replay.
Take care. I need a drink after what Jerry just put me through. Oh my gosh.
I'll be down a little bit.
Take care, guys.
Claude. Oh, that was amazing. Hey, you guys, thank you so much. Jerry, I really appreciate you stepping up and making the contribution, man. And, unlike, I know you made a statement about role playing some more and stuff. But, I just want to acknowledge you for, you always, in my opinion, you participate more than anybody, for the most part. I mean, you ask good questions, you bring information, you're engaged. So, as far as the role play, I would definitely pull your coattail and call you on, to role play specifically or whatever. But there's a whole lot of people that can have a conversation about not participating, but you're not one of them.
Right.
That's why I chose. That's why I chose to go first.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about you or Philip. He's going to participate no matter what, and he's just. You can tell he's a young man that's just, building a muscle, and he shows up for everything. And, we're going to have some breakthroughs and continue to move this forward. And his commitment is obvious. And so is yours. Jason, he's the same way. Jason shows up and he turns his camera on, he listens, he asks questions. And I'm not saying this to put anybody else down because, I'm gonna meet you wherever you are as far as this is concerned. But the invitation to you guys is simple, get in here, fall on your face, do all the mistakes, it's like, this is the safest place that you're going to do that. And if you're actually on phone calls, I know that you guys have something that you can talk about. Because if you're making phone calls, you're getting rejection, you're getting questions, you're getting, and if you're not making phone calls, you are fooling yourself thinking that you're ever going to succeed in this business. If you're not talking to people, your business is not succeeding. You are a secret agent. In real
On the
estate.
call,
Go ahead.
today, while we was on the call, I just got a call back from a customer I talked to a week ago. They
Uh-huh.
reached out to me last night, and
Okay.
then the wife called me while I was on the call here today. So I'm gonna be calling them back tonight and see if we could put this deal together. It's
Any-
like a. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was going to ask you, are you going to apply? And I would suggest you might start to sneak in the reluctant buyer, little program and just kind of like, all of a sudden, maybe they might need to sell you a little bit more or something. I know it takes a lot of guts to do that and everything, but you could just start sprinkling in a little bit of something, right?
Oh, of course. And they have dropped the price considerably, but it was like the mother-in-law's house, she passed away and it needs updates, okay?
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna be on the phone with them tonight around 7 o'clock and hopefully close that deal.
Oh, well, good luck with
They
that,
call
man.
me-
I'm gonna
call me-
check on you next time, and you can give us an update and let us know how it progressed.
Okay,
Yeah, because
they have called,
Go ahead.
they have called me 3 times already, okay, about the property.
Yeah, remember that conversation about you being their guy? You have carved your niche into their psyche. You're now their guy. You now seem to have, the one that has their confidence, the one who they feel like they can do business with. You put yourself in that position now, and now in essence you're in the driver's seat of this.
Right.
That's a great place to
So-
be. Congratulations, my friend. You put in the work and you definitely deserve the success, but we definitely want to, do the follow-up story to this. And you guys don't be embarrassed if deals, fall out or whatever. Let's dissect, especially the ones that fall out. Let's dissect them and see if, we can, as a group, come up with some solutions to some of this stuff, right? Like if they're falling out or there's something breaking down, we can all benefit from knowing what broke down. Don't be embarrassed by it. Consider this a place where you can just come and just regurgitate, just get all that shit out your system.
Yeah, and the follow-up is very important, okay?
So what was your follow? And I know we're going a little late, guys. We're going to 2 more minutes. We'll be off. What was your follow-up routine with them? Did you have a follow-up routine, or did you just leave them with something and they ultimately call back?
Actually, I had a phone call with the wife, okay?
Uh-huh.
And actually, I dialed the number by mistake, okay?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was talking to the lady about the property and realized I was at the wrong house, okay? The wrong homeowner. And then, but after the conversation we had a great conversation. And afterwards, she called me back with the house for sale for the mother-in-law. And, we've talked 3 times, okay?
Good
So that was
stuff,
still
Jerry.
building that relationship with her, although it was the wrong person, okay?
Right.
And she felt
Okay.
comfortable enough to call me back.
Yeah. And what Jerry hit on is, build relationships with these people. Let these people know that you're a good, trustworthy professional. The professional
Right.
part is important because they want to know, they want to have confidence that if they do call you back, that you have the capacity and the ability to solve their problem. And they get that out of the conversation that you have with them and the connection that you make.
Right.
Yeah.
So where, one of the areas where, when I talk about role plan is
Yeah.
so many people, you pick the phone up and then that first conversation, that first, hello, how you doing? Or whichever way you approach it, you
Yeah.
can feel the way that customer is, like they have up that defense guard, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now we
yeah.
got to break that wall down,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
Okay. And
Yeah.
sometime after a few minutes, they open up and that conversation can flow really easy. And other times you got to break through this wall.
Yeah. And you notice, Jerry, that's the case even in role play.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's always the
Yeah.
case, right?
Right.
And so that's that in itself, that little thing is something to work on. That's something that
Right.
you have to get past, because I believe that what you hit on is the reason why a lot of people are actually reluctant to make calls, because of that initial awkwardness. Like
Right.
it becomes bigger than it really should in
Right.
our psyche,
Right.
right? But it happens pretty
Yeah.
much every single time. Like, just be ready for it. It happens every time. Like you get on, it's like, oh damn.
Right.
And it don't matter how long you've been on, there's always that little bit of awkwardness. Yeah, it shrinks in size and you overcome it faster. Like, like for me, it lasts, we're only going to be here for a couple of seconds. Like, I'm not going
And
to
it
let
has
the
to-
awkwardness go much longer than that. It's just not going to happen. But that's
And
because
if you let it, right, because if you let it go long, then procrastination set in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
now you end up start procrastinating. Now you're not getting anything done. You
Yep.
look busy.
Yep.
You're on your computer. You look busy, but you're not
You-
being successful.
You're not being successful. Your business is not moving forward.
Right.
Yep. Yep. So remember, every day you got to nudge that. Imagine a cart with wooden wheels, and you have to just nudge it every single day. But at some point, those wheels start to gather some momentum and
Right.
some traction, and then next thing you know, the cart is moving almost on its own. So that's exactly what happens when you start, stacking all of these role plays and all of these conversations on top of each other. Pretty soon, it's like, it's nothing.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, you were calling me for what? I didn't call you. Well, how did we end up? Wait a minute, hold on. You know what? My secretary gave me your number, and now, shoot. Well, I'm in the real estate business. Do you have anything related to real estate that you are trying to do or deal with right now? Oh, there it is. That's sorry about the awkwardness or whatever, but now that I got you, my name is Victor. If you don't mind, you want to tell me a little something about your property? I can do that all day, every day.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And just talk to people, get them on your side, let them know that you care, and they'll open up to you. Anyway, guys, we're going to call it. It's 11:27. We've been here 2.5 hours, and I know that you guys are itching now to go get on those phones, make those calls, and make that money like Jerry. So
Victor,
you guys have any questions?
Victor, I appreciate you. I just want to say I really appreciate you, man.
Oh,
And this is
Jerry. Thank you so much.
this awesome group, man.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, that means
And
a
thank-
lot, man.
and
That
th-
means a lot.
And thank you, Victor, and thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Everybody that, Philip and whoever's, this is a great group. So,
Yeah,
very
I
helpful.
appreciate all of you guys. You guys make my week a whole lot easier. I look forward to Wednesdays. You notice, I don't miss these.
I just got one more thing to say. Hey
Certainly.
guys, to all the people sitting out there, it's time to step it up. Let's take it to the next level.
Let's do it together. Let's go, folks.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
You guys have a great rest of the week. Jason Richter, obviously Jerry Smith. We got Marianne, Aaron, Curtis Smith, Harold Humphrey, Philip on his iPhone, Jonathan, my man, Marvin, Michael Goolsby, Rick Gentry, my man, Sandra, and Wei Lin. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's do it again next week, and let's jump in like Jerry and start making these calls and making that money, folks. Let's do this.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. Bye.